thing. I'll say like...
It'll take 2 seconds.
Can you
not
put
your lighter on? Go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, what do you want me to say?
Take off your light. What was it? What was it like?
They held us on the ground for about 2 hours. There wasn't a lot being said about what was going on at first. Then took us to another side of the airport. There's a lot of emergency vehicles there. Everyone stayed really calm. There was apparently government agencies fighting over how to deal with it. That's what they told us over the intercom. Otherwise, didn't get a whole lot of information.
So are you frustrated by that?
I'm frustrated. I think the flight crew did the best they could. I've got to be home, so.
Let me just get your name.
Noelle Stevenson.
N-O-E-L-L-E?
Yes.
Stevenson, V?
With a V, yes.
Okay, thanks. Well,
thanks.
All right, thanks. Were you scared on the flight?
Yeah, I'm scared. It was rolling.
just describe what it was like to be held and all that.
It was a bit frustrating. There seemed to be a bit of confusion as to which agency was going to be looking after what happened. So we were pulled into the domestic terminal, and we were held there for probably about 20 minutes, half an hour. Then we were told we were moving to the international terminal. We ended up being moved to the far west end of the airport, where we stayed for 2.5 hours.
Did they tell you from the beginning that it was because of a possible Ebola patient, or?
Ebola was never mentioned the whole time on the flight. We were told that there was a sick patient, and about mid-flight we were asked if there was medical personnel on board. I don't think there was. And then when we landed, we were told that because of the sick patient, sick passenger, that we were going to be held, and overexertion of caution. The pilot indicated that it was going to be an overexertion of caution. We were all okay with that. The mood was great on the plane. Most people were in pretty good mood. There was laughter and things like that.
Food, water?
No.
No.
And they turned the entertainment system off about an hour in, which was great.
But did at any point were people like, is this Ebola? I mean, was there chatter on the plane?
Yeah, there was at one point there was an announcement that the passenger may or may not have come in contact with people from Africa, which included everybody else on the plane as well, because in a pie chart that's the whole pie chart. But so I heard somebody else say, I didn't hear this myself, but she had given conflicting answers to the have you come in contact with people from Africa. She said yes, then she said no, which is why it was a may or may not have been.
Right. Were you panicked at that point, or?
Absolutely not.
No?
No.
Why not?
She was directly behind me on the flight. She didn't look like she had a fever to me.
Was she younger? Older?
I would guess in her mid-20s.
And she didn't seem like she had a flu or fever or anything?
No, there's nothing really about the whole situation that made me concerned.
Oh, okay. Let me just get your name.
Pardon?
Your name?
Paul Holland.
Like Holland, like the country?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Paul.
So I probably don't look very good.
It's okay, rolling.
Yeah, so talk about why you've been crying.
Well, with the scare of saying that they may or may not have been in contact with a person from Africa, my baby's 10 months old. She doesn't have all her shots yet. She has shots up to date, but we're sitting there and she puts everything in her mouth. So every single thing she's putting in her mouth, I'm trying to Purell as fast as possible. And there was no update. They were saying the agencies were, oh, thank you. This is Emily. They were saying the agencies were all in discommunication, and my husband and I kept saying, well, what if we're all quarantined? So
you didn't feel like there was adequate information being passed to you?
None at all. No.
I mean, what were they saying?
Sam, can I get my husband?
Yeah.
Sam, I was mainly crying, so he was mainly listening.
I mean, what were they saying to you?
I guess in brief, they were saying, we've never gone through this before. We know none of you have, so we really don't know what to say. And I'm not going to say that they handled it poorly. They were certainly being fed information as they had. But I think the best part of the whole thing was passengers were taking bets on which government agency was saying what. They get on the intercom. 2 government agencies are arguing right now about what to do next. But overall, just an experience we're glad to be at.
Terrifying. They had ambulances, police. I mean, so many people our planes rolling up, and that's what we're surrounded by. We're all looking out the windows, and it was horrifying.
You were thinking the worst.
Of course we're thinking the worst. I'm trying to shove a jacket over her face so she's not breathing it all in. So there was not a lot of
Do you know if you were near the woman who said?
You were 2 rows behind.
Did she look? What did she look sick?
She looked. I mean, she just looked odd, not just different.
And how do you feel now? They seem to have cleared it.
I'm just sweaty. I'm a mess, but I'm better now.
I mean, do you think you want to get her checked out?
Oh yeah, I'm calling my pediatrician first thing in the morning. I'm parent. We're first-time
21
parents.
days for incubation. Anybody who watches the news, just know, if you're onto getting Ebola or really low to begin with, 21 days you could have symptoms, just wash your hands.
So we're all covered in Purell.
Let me just get your
Did they
name.
pass it around?
Nicole Benedum.
How do you spell Benedum?
Benedum. Benedum.
And your husband's name is?
Sam.
Sam Benedum.
This is
Did they
Emily.
pass the sanitizer around?
No, we were passing it around.
Gotcha.
No, they all had masks. We didn't have anything.
All right. Was there any special arrangement made for the baby?
No, none at all.
Nothing. Okay.
No other passengers did express that they wanted the babies off the plane.
Gotcha.
We knew they were in for the long haul.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks.
Thank you.
So you guys were on the plane from New York, correct?
That's correct.
Right.
Yes,
What,
we were.
how was it? What did you see, if you don't mind me?
Well, we came up to the gate thinking they were going to unload a sick passenger. But then we were told we couldn't get off and she couldn't get off and we were going to be taken to the edge of the airport. That happened and we sat out there for 2 hours surrounded by police and fire trucks until finally, I guess, a dispute between them was resolved.
Go figure. Government agencies can't figure out what the hell is going on.
I don't know exactly who was in dispute, but we were told there was a dispute, and she couldn't get off, and so eventually it was resolved somehow. She got off, and then we were allowed to get off.
Okay. Thank you so much. And you saw like hazmat suits, all that?
They had hazmat suits on, yeah.
Gotcha.
Not at the end.
Not at the end, no. But
Did they come on the plane?
No, not they
Yeah.
In the 2-hour period, they went from hazmat to normal dress with a
just
with a mask.
gloves and
Gotcha.
spit.
All right, guys. Thank you.
You betcha.
Appreciate it. Bye.